Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Prey. Um, it really has to be a statement to just how crazy the story is and how many different parallel stories are trying to be told. In the fact that I've just now realized, probably 10 hours later, that the fake cook person we're chasing after is almost certainly the other volunteer slash prisoner that they were experimenting on or turning into material. Remember that way back, like let's just see if we can get a visual map here. So we started the game in the Neuromod division. We went up to the Talos lobby. Then we went to hardware labs and maybe at some point got distracted, but after hardware labs we were supposed to basically go through the Talos lobby for a little bit, then to Psychotronics. In Psychotronics we found the one prisoner guy in the green jumpsuit, and I chose to free him, and he warned us of another more psychotic prisoner. Then we did the guts, and somewhere around the guts I forgot totally about that other prisoner. Then we got to Arboretum, and at that point I got distracted, went back to the Talos lobby, went to the shuttle bay as a sidetrack distraction, then went back to the main story of the Arboretum, which eventually pushed us to the crew quarters, which eventually has now put us to the deep storage. We have not been to the bridge. We have been to the exterior multiple times as side missions. We have not been to life support, cargo bay, or PowerPoint. But yeah, there's just so many objectives, so many stories. It is just really crazy. Does it really change the story much that we now probably do know who the imposter cook is? Or that we know he's a prisoner? Not really, because you still are just setting yourself up to be the judge, jury, and executioner of this person, and more than likely in this game, in this situation, we are going to really just have to do that, because he is literally setting up recycler bombs that seem like they are literally killing other people. And there is almost certainly a second gameplay run here where you would just straight up kill the cook as soon as you could. The other thing I really would want to complain about at this point, now that we have 4 of these Typhon alien neuromods installed and the turrets will now consider us a threat, it feels like the game really should have just forced you to take these mods and given up on the generic idea of the concept of not playing with any Typhon mods or not playing with any human mods at all, which obviously the best way to play this game is some combination of both. And if the game just forced you to that, perhaps you would then readdress the idea of maybe you shouldn't mod it too much, and if you use too many neuromods overall, you will start to become more and more like a mimic. I almost wonder here if this picture of Morgan Yu isn't getting a little bit more mimic-like in the eyes. Like, it would be hard to really tell. Alright. So we also have this new spiral ability here that sucks. You can see there's a weaver, like, And the cystoids. The cystoids just blew up the operator. And even though I have like a pretty far range here, it doesn't seem like it's that great of a range. Is there something we can really do over here? Yeah, I think the Weaver pretty much just ran away. Alright, so let's see what we could do over here. Mount a drive. So we can move some hard drives around, which means probably it's best just to try and clear out as many cystoids from a distance. Like, we've got the range right on this. The only thing we would want to increase is the reload speed and the handling, and you can definitely see how you basically have to fire like where they're going to be. Yeah. The good news is firing where they're going to be will probably destroy 3 or 4 of them. The bad news is you can't really target them. I could certainly try for like an interesting, you do have the range here to kind of attack more. Almost feels like the Weaver mess agitates the cystoids and makes them more dangerous, and they're blowing up like fire pipes here. So it kind of feels like you're going to use 3 or 4 hits on these guys minimum, and this is just a lot of bullets to waste. Is there a better way to take this on or do this? I have to question if there is a better way, because like anything else would use some kind of bullets, where glue is cheaper, a little bit cheaper. As far as what this whole area looks like, it does seem mostly kind of empty. Yeah, you can just like walk through this. I have like 32 more shots of glue. You can go see a bunch of pipes. Nah, it really seems like that's pretty much it. And those are all turrets and medical operators, like on the other floor. Honestly, I probably should just be playing with the shotgun, come to think of it. Like we have too little ammo now, and a single shot of the shotgun has a decent chance of clearing out the whole area. The main thing I think to probably do is just try and find the Weaver and shoot that first. There's a lot of things here, a lot of pipes that you could get burnt on, potentially radiation. That being said, it is worth mentioning, though, that like the radiation element of this game really hasn't done anything for us. So I'm supposed to just like float over here and grab this backup drive, and I guess I'm supposed to just float up here. Basically anything anywhere could attack me, but if you've just done a decent job of getting rid of the cystoid nests, I think you've already solved that problem. And this backup drive really just looks like a random collection of elements, not particularly anything that interesting. Meanwhile, we've just got where's our Weaver? It's the Weaver that's making the cystoid nests in the first place. So it almost is coming down to a situation where I should take out the Weaver because he's possibly making the weave, which is possibly making the cystoid nests. And it almost feels like it should just be a case where the fire would start to burn the weave, mostly I'm just wasting bullets here. And I don't know if I killed the Weaver already. or what? I'd say probably not. If I'm running into a cystoid nest over here that I hadn't seen before. But maybe I did. It's noticeable that they're they don't seem to be hurting it. Although in all fairness, it doesn't seem to be hurting me either. Do cystoids in the weave possibly turn into weavers? Or is it really just more a case that the weaver, as a character, can disappear and reappear, or I'm just not hurting it hard enough? It would be weird, certainly, if all of a sudden you have a character that's immune to shotgun shells, or it does seem like it's just like disappearing. Oh, and I just hate being in the scanning mode so much. And I'm almost out of shots. So, you know what? Either I'm going to have to load again, or I'm going to have to assume. Let's see. Mount A drive on the unauthorized drive. Proceed. Plug in and mount drive. Deep storage drive installed.
Good work. I was worried the drive might have been damaged. You can use Chief Show's workstation to download the fabrication plan. Then we can reconstruct your arming key.
So yeah, we just wasted a bunch of time there to... Let's go ahead and... to get the arming key. It sure feels like in this kind of scenario that you would potentially climb up to the top of these and find some kind of floating resources or something secret, and it doesn't seem like that's the case. Like, I don't even know where I am. It seems to me like there's a wall here that goes to the exterior. Okay. There's a bunch of fire. A bunch of weave. I think I killed the weaver, but didn't find its corpse anywhere. It's gonna be kind of hard to even like see with all the weave that's here. I'm just trying to get a general idea of what this environment looked like if it had gravity, assuming it ever had gravity in the first place, which maybe is too much of an assumption. You can see they have a whole light here for it to kind of light the way and direct you. really seems like there's nothing here, where I would expect a little bit more than just one floating thing. And honestly, I guess if there's one floating thing, then that does mean at some point there was gravity down here. Yeah. Definitely seems like there's something along those lines. So, it's weird, to say the least. Just a weirdly designed area. Probably, if I was to assume, this is a level that was going to be much more of a boss fight. Yes, I am playing on easy, so maybe the weavers are a lot more difficult. I can't lift anything in zero gravity, per se, so that might be something. We can see that there's a phantom walking on the top there. But yeah, I have to just assume that this was... The idea here is that this would have been a bigger boss fight area, and there would have been a bunch of floating explosive canisters, red barrels, to accommodate that a little bit more. I swear last time we defeated the Weaver, though, we found pieces of the Weaver. Yeah. Here it is. And there's really not a reward for killing everything in here. It really just feels like nothing. They just forced you to come here for no reason. And now they're forcing you to leave this area now that you've seen it. I'm fairly certain we've done everything there is to do. We've wasted a lot of bullets.
Normal gravity detected.
Hello, nice to see you.
Okay. So, the next thing to do is just to get up high. Probably can't do it from there. Just wait till the phantom gets closer before we shoot it. We've effectively gotten to the point where the game
Active adjustment required.
like the game is giving us resources through killing phantoms because we've already cleared all the resources elsewhere. Alright. And we have just gotten to the point where you probably expect some level of optimization here, that once you have level 4 you would just auto hack. Like now those two are hacked.
Diagnosing bruising, abrasions, fatigue. Nothing like that. Please hold still. This will only take a moment. Good as new. Don't forget to complete a patient questionnaire. Your feedback will be invaluable.
Let's see. Interesting. There's a new thing to check out here. I assume this is probably just a short pathway that wraps around.
Hello, nice to see you.
Yeah. Yeah. Pause now if you want to read this.
Inspector, your suit's leaking. I'll patch that for you.
Where does it go? So, yeah. Never really get away from that completely. You can see there's a turret in here, which is weird because I don't think there was a turret in there before. I guess there was. So, yeah. It's probably unnecessary, but hacking these does, I think, no longer mark them as enemies. Little red dots. It's not like I could carry them and put them in the recycling, which honestly would be more useful than anything else. Let's see. So now we'll take the arming key. We probably should have recycled things and gotten bullets first. Somebody cut the power. I'm not going to get a phone call on that? Interesting.
Morgan, Alex has you boxed in. Look, there's nothing I can do about the lockdown from out here, but I promised I'd help you. So listen. Deep storage was built with a series of data vault modules that can be jettisoned from the station. It's a redundant backup system. That's your way out. Look at my workstation again. I'm exposing a utility that'll open up one of the vaults. Once you're in, look for a manual release. Then your ass is space junk, like me. And if you manage to get back inside, remember, you owe me. Kill the son of a bitch who hurt Abby, or I swear to God I'll haunt you.
So, I know from the achievements that Danielle Shu is always a female, but I question if Abby is always a female. It could have easily been one line of dialogue to change it to like Adam instead. Right. Anything we've got for metal, we're gonna have to take. Because otherwise, we've just got nothing. It's not a lot. And what's funny is I was kind of singing the praise of this game once the shotgun is fully upgraded, but let's go ahead and hack this. But I can't really sing its praises anymore, as I just wasted a bunch of bullets on the Weaver, which is funny. I guess I probably would have spent the similar amount of resources fighting the Nightmare if I had so poorly used shotgun shells. Q-beam cell fabrication plans. So we can get back into a decent position, I think, fairly quickly. Have to actually craft the arming key. I have a whole special animation around it. Which that also pushes us in a bad position as far as the number of plans. Alright. I still feel like there's more things to do. Let's see. So this is a storyline orangish brownish item. Let's just go ahead and eat an apple. And the well-fed bonus will probably help us. As far as neuromods, we only have one, so we don't have to really worry about that. I suppose there is a thought here. We do have recycling grenades. Could we possibly get a lot of resources if we tossed a recycling grenade where there might be a decent amount of metal? Probably. As far as deep storage, I don't think we have any other quests here to deal with. So if we were to carry this, and then let's just see if we hack these. I know, but just throw that down there. Like, with all that material and metal there, would a recycling grenade do something?
Hello, nice to see you.
Synthetic material. We did set some fire down. Yeah, that seems like that got rid of the radioactive thing, which I guess I now know how to get rid of the radioactive thing. Very possibly got rid of a body. Didn't get any operators. Seems to have cleared out this area fairly widely. Didn't do any of this. So there is an argument to throwing a couple more, one more recycling grenade, and just seeing what that does. I guess the real question though is just how much mineral material did we get from that? I'd say we probably got enough. Yep. I think that worked somewhat. It solves at least little problems that we can now go back and get more grenades.
Operator approach.
Or go get more bullets, not grenades. It is in the system where trading grenades. Oh, so when I looked through this window and I saw that phantom, it was the phantom that was in this room that had been spawned. kind of noticeably you're not flinging too many resources, but you're flinging some. It does just seem like the game has opted to throw some more resources at you. This feels like this would be yet another place to potentially just use a recycling grenade on. I mean, we don't have a lot of these, certainly, but it does seem like it likes to shoot them up.
Operator approach.
But it also does seem like it will not actively try and destroy things that would ruin the game for you, which is also helpful. So I imagine there might be like a speedrunning strategy that has very specific spots where recycler grenades would be very useful and get you the maximum amount of resources. I definitely have some questions though, as far as just what this whole game would feel like in a new game plus. Like I'm kind of expecting that what would happen is you would have all your suits chipsets, all your scopes, and maybe then there would be new suit chipsets and scope chipsets to find, or maybe not. You would have all your neuromods reset, so you would start a new game plus with like 20 neuromods to use and build out from the very beginning. That's typically what you expect when you see something that's called New Game Plus. That being said, it very much could not be that, and it could just be you start over exactly like you started at the beginning of the first run through, and you just collect all the resources a second time, which would be silly. What's funny here is these drives are different than other drives, and it does just seem like we're going to have to get the volunteer ID of that other prisoner to type it in. It does just kind of seem like we're going to come in here and eject ourselves. Or have a boss fight with the guy. With the fake cook. Oh, we didn't download the workstation utility yet. So let's run back. I got distracted trying to just refill my bullets, which, good news on that, we did do that. Weirdly, where did this come from? That just doesn't feel like that was there before. I suppose this game could definitely go down that route and it definitely could go down the route of moving things around. Escape, parentheses, deep storage. Hopefully that doesn't mean we're going to end the game and escape. It would feel fairly weird if the entire game could be ended multiple ways. Although it does seem like that is the case, is that if you just use the escape pod, you would potentially escape. Server statuses, slots, A, B. That feels like that would be some kind of solution to something, but I don't think so. I also am not liking the potential here that we're just leaving poor Danielle Shu to suffocate to death and can't save her in some way. Wonder what kind of material is actually in interesting CPR charts. But yeah, if I throw a recycler grenade at a radioactive material object, I wonder what kind of material you get from that. Doesn't seem like there's much here. So perhaps a big boss fight outside when we eject. These tape backups also expose Alex Yu if he is doing something criminal, although I imagine the corporation would protect him just fine. Was not expecting to be knocked out, though. It's kind of a cheap trick, frankly, for a story to knock you out, to just transition that way.
Detected.
Very.
No. Nothing that interferes with memory formation.
So there you have more hints at the reality of what's going on in this world. Or feels like this entire vault now is about 1.5 times bigger than it was before. And yeah, I assume we are just trying to escape at this point. The manual ejection button was pressed, so just have to press this button.
Morgan, this is Chief Elazar. The airlocks on Talos are sealed, but there's an opening at the cargo bay you could use. I think you can get back inside the station here.
So off we go to the cargo bay, and someone new is talking to us. Okay. It feels to me like this very possibly was supposed to be the first time you were in space. Or possibly the first time you're in space and something big like a nightmare attacks you. That being said, it seems like really what we're getting is more of just a falling action experience towards the cargo bay. And perhaps that's because I've already cleared out the area. Or perhaps there's no reason.
You. I find you outside your prison. Maybe trying to escape? Like me? Not safe out there. But you know this. You have headaches. See things. It is not fever. Not hallucinations. A horizon is coming. Cutting through space. If we're still here when it arrives, it screams so loud. We hear it in our head. It is still far away, but it is coming closer. It will eat your prison, every person on board, and it will still be hungry. Where will it go next, I wonder? I see you back in your prison soon, MU.
Too many phone calls in a row.
I'm broadcasting to all contacts in proximity. Please,
Whoever is out there, listen to me. Oxygen is low and I have no spacesuit. An accident in cargo bay forced me to seal myself inside this container, but I have no way to dock with the station from in here.
Okay. Rescue Dr. Igwe, where is he? I don't know where he would be. Which container? See, this sucks because I just don't know which container they're talking about. Like, there's too many spots, too many things. So we have multiple objectives 500 feet away. I don't see another container. I don't see any green things. Let's float towards this. I see human corpse. I see cystoid nests. Where?
I see you, Morgan. We've locked down the cargo bay. We're safe. For the moment. It will be a trick to get inside. There's not an airlock anymore. That explosion took care of that. Maybe you can do something with the shipping containers.
Where is this container? So we have multiple objectives through this door. We have multiple objectives 500 feet away. There we goes, the doctor's container. Let's grab that. So what can we do? He's trapped in this container. I can't grab it. I can't repair it. I'm just gonna quick save here, and we'll go ahead and just hack it and hope that the guy doesn't just suffocate when I open the door.
Wait! Wait! What are you doing? Stop! Stop, damn you! Stop!
Hazardous atmosphere conditions.
Okay.
Please, whatever you do, don't open the door. I don't have a helmet.
Okay. What am I supposed to do? It just doesn't seem like it's moving. I don't even know what I would do per se to make it move. Let's take a moment and look at our neuromods. As far as would there have been any kind of like weird space bubble thing you could do? Certainly not at this point. Yeah, you can see it's not moving. Maybe you're supposed to hit it with a wrench?
Hello? Oh, mercy. At last. Is someone out there? Can you hear me? It's Dr. Igwe from the Neuromod Division. Please, I'm trapped. I need assistance. I'm running out of air.
Morgan, the more I think about the shipping container idea, the more I think it could work. See if there's an intact one you can use as a makeshift airlock.
So knocking on it does something.
Air is running short. I need your help. Can you get me back to the cargo bay?
Alright. We'll go in and quick load to buy ourselves some more time.
Hazardous atmosphere conditions.
Alright.
Please, whatever you do, don't open the door. I don't have a helmet.
Okay. Container controls. I see. So off we go. Just in general, trying to hit a group of cystoids. Like them hitting me really doesn't even matter. Which container was that? I wonder. Should have paid attention. Shoot. It was right there next to it. Alright, we'll just quick load again and save. Like, with an SSD, the loading is not even that slow, so it's just easier to figure out the number this way. So we don't have a lot of time, but 2312. So that was the thing I was supposed to do. I feel like we potentially are setting ourselves up to just investigate an area we've already potentially investigated. 2312. Dock shipping container. So it is moving.
Oh, at last. I thought that crate would be my coffin. Even the stale air of Talos, laced with a faint hint of nicotine and antibacterians. Oh, is like spring. My thanks, Dr. Yu. But I thought... Well, you're no longer running the memory hamster wheel, I see. I hope you're coming in after me. Would be good to see a familiar face. And transmitting the code to the crate I was in.
You found Dr. Igwe. He worked in the simulation lab and in psychotronics. He might be helpful, but he's unlikely to approve of your mission, despite everything he's suffered. Though, I will note, he's always admired you and Alex quite a bit.
ID of desired shipping container. When docking, select dock shipping container. The container will pilot itself to the first open docking gate. Select manage gate. Select the gate. From the list, the dock container will autopilot to its stowed location. So you don't want to undock gate 1. Okay. So before we leave, I think it is worthwhile to see if we can get rid of these cystoids. Although, maybe that's just a waste of bullets. Just get as close to these guys as possible. There you go. And then I want to just investigate some other things. There's a cystoid nest apparently here. There's a cystoid nest there. Wasting resources potentially here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still have yet to find one of those. So synthetic material cube. It's probably worth it. We've got a safe over here. And we'll just go ahead and hack this. X, Y, Z. Get some more neuromods. Still feels like there's a lot of stuff everywhere. We'll undoubtedly be able to look through this window at some other point. Although, maybe not. Get too close to it. There's a human corpse over here. So we should grab that. I would swear that there's probably lost the human corpse. I'm gonna ignore those multiple objectives. Might be a little bit more here, a little bit less. This is Dock A, or Gate A, so if I could potentially close Gate A.
Please contact a qualified engineer.
That might be useful. I don't know what I'm really getting irradiated by. I wanted to check the objectives too while we're here. Apparently we got a new suit chipset. Cell refurb, collect more Q-beam and disruptor ammunition. I think we already have that equipped. Or grants increased protection against physical damage, which we probably don't even need that. Well, this is equipped, so cell refurb probably is better. But yeah, cell refurb was already there. Physical damage. Laser attacks, EMP attacks. Yeah, we got just another duplicate chip. So Mikkel is in the power plant. Cargo Bay. Grant Lockwood. He is supposed to be somewhere in the exterior. So, yeah. I'd have to assume at this point now is really not the best time. Man, I am just floating away. Here's Grant Lockwood's transcribe. Let's bring that up and listen to it. Audio logs, container docking for dummies.
Hey, Jessica, got a minute?
It's my day off.
Yeah, but can you run me through the container docking procedure again? I missed the training session.
Ugh, Grant.
Please, if I ask Gus again, he'll lose his mind.
Are you at the crate docking control station?
Yes.
First, enter the handling number on the container you want to dock.
Where do I get the number?
Look at the container, Grant. It's stenciled on the outside. Once you enter the number, you should see some options pop up. Select dock. That's it.
The container just docks itself, right?
Yes, Grant. It docks itself. They're all self-piloting.
And I guess opens the container?
Yes. But both ends can never be open at the same time. That way the interior loading zone stays pressurized even when the cargo bay doors are open.
Okay, I think I got it. Thanks, Jess. Jess? Hey, you there? Okay, bye.
Okay. So, now the only thing I could think here is that it's possible that there's a note here for a specific container, but would it actually be in space or is it in the cargo docks? I bet it's in the cargo docks, if I was to guess. Either that or it's somewhere around these two exclamation points. This really just gets to the heart of it as far as just how crazy this story is. There is a container somewhere. but I don't know where. And there's a number somewhere, and I don't really know where that is. Let's check just the objectives and see if it tells us. Let's see, Grant Lockwood was fired and scheduled to leave the station in the last shuttle to Earth, but he skipped getting on the shuttle. We've activated his tracking bracelet. He is somewhere in the exterior of Talos I. And then the whistleblower. Let's see. Portable drive is in cargo bay B 3232. So let's see if we can call that 3232. Okay, so that didn't work. Alright, and then that just leaves you in this situation where there's those guys that don't matter. There's a door here. Which doesn't seem to matter. It really does feel like the whole game is just designed around you on the first pass, ignoring most of this content and just breezing and rushing through everything. Is this just a light? Well, it's just a oxygen thing. There's multiple different ways I told you how to save that doctor. And that is another one of these, I guess, speaks to your character decisions. As far as, are you who you say you are? Or are you a good person? As far as, like, moral choices. Although, you would have to really just not either care or play poorly to make some of the bad decisions that would be available to you. So the other option would have been, I guess, to take this container and use that. But had you taken this container, wouldn't have worked anyways. So it really does seem like your only two options would have been to pick a container, use the container after the doctor was dead, or use the container before the doctor was dead. It's probably a plan we already have multiple times over. Still not sure where the radiation is coming from on that. Human corpse. See if this is Grant Lockwood. Where's the human corpse? This is just another human corpse.
Inspector, your suit integrity is compromised. Let me fix that. Repair complete.
Yeah, maybe it's more of a case where the only way you really reach Grant Lockwood is by having his tracking bracelet on, or he could be hiding. Like, for all we know, there's some kind of secret, like, invisible ship. Oh, this is just so bad. Alright, I'm hoping this is the right direction. Human corpses, shipping container. Maybe weaving in and out of the ship in a bad way, which is going to make it extremely more difficult to reach the areas. Audio sounds like something is potentially chasing me. This is incredibly slow during all of this. And this really does just highlight the weird angles at which this exterior is designed, basically giving you a hidden object game. Where you have to shift your perspective drastically. Yeah, I would have had a lot of trouble moving far enough back.
System alert. Repairs needed. Please contact a qualified engineer.
That operator is just highlighted because it is. Because I scanned it. It's not really a mission thing. And yeah, I just don't think you're going to get into Cargo Bay B. It's too easy. Far too easy to waste extra time. It must just be a radioactive item somewhere around here. Would this really be a good place to throw a recycle grenade? No. I'm not sure that the recycle grenade would even fly very far. It might just get stuck right next to you. And it may not suck in things. Anyways. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and make a quick save. And we'll go ahead and wrench. Just to make sure. 5, 3, 3, 1, since there's no reason to hack. And hope that didn't kill the guy. Yep, nobody in here. Literally nobody in here. You'd think Alex Yu's lockdown would be more effective or more violent. And I don't know what time he's really trying to buy. Unless there was going to be a big twist that all your memories will just come back to you after a certain amount of time, and he's just waiting for you to regain your memory, and then you'll be the old Alex you, or the old Morgan you that he knows. Right. This guy.
Dr. Yu! Morgan! Up here, Officer Cool. We can't open the main door or our friends are gonna pour through. Get up to the catwalk. We'll get you inside.
I want these guys dead quickly.
Attention. Due to a catastrophic breach in Cargo Bay 1, all personnel are to avoid the area until repairs have been completed and safety checks confirmed. Affected personnel will be contacted for temporary reassignment. This is a pre-recorded message.
Interesting. The turret doesn't even seem like it's attacking me, but we'll go ahead and just hack it now for safety's sake. Alright. One of those guys dead. I'm hoping they did not somehow, just in the presence of that doctor, kill the doctor. I would think that the game might have said that if that was their intention. Container 23 offline. I'm not sure what we're really trying to accomplish here. Power's off on everything. Let's go ahead and eat a food. We're at 71. We'll see what the well-fed bonus really does for us. Austin, cool.
Holy shit. Remind me never to cross you. You killed them all. Let me open the door, ma'am. I don't think these PPN pistols are going to do the trick. Not much choice.
Okay, so she let me in. So we just have like a turret there that isn't activated. Send someone to find a cutting torch. We need to get into these cargo cages and see what supplies are in here, Sarah. Right. Let's just go ahead and scan people too. No, it's probably somewhat safe if they would shut the door, but whatever. I guess they're not going to. How happy would they be around me morphing to get in there? Probably not that happy. Let's see if there's a physical way in. So this is like the first time.
Dr. Igwe was floating in a cargo crate outside the ship. If he stayed there, he might have survived longer than any of us.
Dr. Igwe is blessed. It was fortunate you came along when you did.
So we've got more people.
Captain Elazar will want to speak to you. We only recently learned you were still on the station.
Which this really attaches the this really attaches to the idea of how many different people have been alive this whole time. Let's see. Pause now if you want to read this. Pause now if you want to read this. Pause now if you want to read that. It's crazy that people would just have that ability. Not just like walk through it. There. To lift giant things. Just because of their potential mental neuromods. The idea that you would be such a genius as far as leverage that you could lift something so big. It feels very much like what it should have been, is that the neuromods were more gene splicers, just in line with what you would expect the splicing was in BioShock. Where your DNA was being changed. Seems like they were so desperate to be a little bit different. Honestly, I think it was a mistake to be so different in this game. Okay. Just go ahead and stick one here, and then deploy, and then hack real fast. That's a long journey. Then make up for it with a short journey there.
Eradicator auto-correct version 0.7.6 online. Diagnostic check.
Chief Elazar will want to talk to you.
It does seem like everybody's just going to push you towards that.
Not you?
Is she supposed to be just taking guard, I guess? We don't have a map at the moment, so we kind of don't know. Yep. Cargo Bay B is, I guess, where we're kind of going. Is that supposed to be a light? Feels like you could jump up really high. Seems like we maybe are being encouraged to do shipping and receiving. There's a med kit. A well-fed bonus did not kick in, so we'll eat 3 instead. There's a thermal. And here you can just see another phantom. So Cargo Bay B is going to be a big fight area. But I think our first goal would be to just look around here some more. Like, I want the power restored so that I can recycle things. Also, suspect I shot some things. There's a corpse. Glue cannon fabrication. This might be an area that is just always going to be in darkness, though. Feels like a slightly odd choice of background music. it definitely feels like it's almost a different team at this point, though, that is making a totally different type of game now that there are people walking around. Like, it's almost like the game didn't want to give you the opportunities to accidentally kill people. There's another phantom back there. Although, honestly, the game gives you too many opportunities to kill people early on anyways. So, like, I would definitely say I don't feel like the game gave me a fair chance, or fair enough chance, to avoid killing humans 100%, and I have already accidentally killed 2 humans, and I don't know when I did that or how I did that.
Eradicator Laboratory version 0.7.6 online.
It is very possible that... Can we jump up here? No. That extra height jump potentially is something we should go for. It's very possible we'll just run around this area and accomplish things. Let's see. That's where we came. And that's offline. This one is locked. And that's offline. That one is down. That's offline. Should I use 2 spare parts to repair this? I mean...
Error. Insufficient Typhon material found. Standing down.
What happened there, too? It says insufficient Typhon material found, but it doesn't seem like that's really the case.
Structural upgrades detected. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fortify it because we've got humans here and we want to protect the humans. There's no way to get to the other side of this cargo container, I think, through that path. Does look like you could just work your way higher if necessary. Really is just insignificantly small amounts of stuff, though. I kind of feel like the game should be like way more generous with its resources. Like way more generous with the resources. Hold to deploy, hold to hack. And when I find a single area or an extra little box with items, I should, particularly playing on easy, I should be finding a lot more resources than what I am. Still feel like I blew up a Typhon somewhere around here, and yet never really found his guts. Maybe I did Phantom. Maybe that is it. There's another etheric phantom. But can he get through the door? No. Like, he can't get any closer to me than I can get to him. And that's the guts loading bay. Okay. Null wave shielding. Cargo power control. How'd he hit me? I think he attacked me and his EMP went through the wall. There's another one over there. Yes, the EMP is hitting me through the wall. Well, we'll see how well, starting at 92, as far as a well-failed bonus goes.
Error. Insufficient Typhon material found. Standing down.
Fuel storage area. Interesting how you only have to jump up to activate that, and then you can just fall back down. Usually in games, when you have to do something like that, you have to constantly jump. While we're at this, it's probably worthwhile to go ahead and, like, we're upgrading this, I guess. Then yeah, we'll do all of that, and then when we can recycle, we'll probably want to recycle all the guns. Scope chip set, null wave shielding. Shields effects of null wave transmitter, which just don't think it's really that necessary. Right. Just Okay, so we can't just turn it off that way. Which probably means they want me to do some parkouring. Which, yeah, the options to parkour have existed this whole time. Somewhat. Without the gravity decelerator, perhaps it would be somewhat difficult to get to this point, but I mean, just for safety, we'll quick save. There's kind of no way you would have gotten to this point without the gravity decelerator. Reployer locked out until I update my credentials. How about reployer? Won't forget that anytime soon. Is that an actual password for reployer? We have another audio log, so we should listen to this.
Hey, Lane. This is Gus down in cargo. Hey, listen, did you order any reployers from Earth? Order any what? Reployer. It's a machine. A machine? What does it do? Well, I'm not sure. I was hoping that you could tell me. Wait, is this some kind of a joke? I'm busy. You're an industrial designer, right? So I thought you would know. You obviously don't understand what I do, and I didn't order any deployer. Reployer. Ask somebody in engineering. I did. I've been asking everyone. No one ordered it or knows anything about it. Weird. Well, perhaps I can come down this evening and take a look at it. That'd be great. Thanks, Lane. Yeah, no problem.
So this guy potentially got killed because of the mystery of what are reployers. And it does just seem like it is a running gag that nobody knows what these reployers are, and yet they are all over the space station. There's power on. I question if we're going to run into too many more short-circuited booby trap doors, but maybe. Put the recycle grenades on them. Is there anything secret behind these? I don't think so. Okay. So now we could potentially raise or lower. Let's see what happens if we lower. Basically nothing. It would be easier now to see if I'd missed something. Yeah, you have this full take phantom, and you have another phantom, and maybe even a third phantom. There. If I was to lift that container, then that makes potentially an elevator up to that point. If that was necessary. I don't know if it really is. Let's go ahead and transfer all of our junk. We just need a ton of metal, and so it doesn't really make a lot of sense to try and make it spare parts. Having some spare parts would be nice, certainly, but at the moment I really can't abide anything other than just bullets. And it's not just bullets for the shotgun that I want to get higher on. I kind of need some bullets for the handgun, and I don't know if I even have that many bullets for the Q-beam. Get rid of that. Let's also toss any foods that have metal in it. Some neuromods wouldn't be terrible either. Alright. Shotgun shells. Create. I'm actually shocked here. There is a new plan that we got where we could craft portable turrets, which doesn't really make enough sense, because if you're going to go down that route and craft portable turrets, then you can't really have them attack you because you have alien DNA in you, can you? Let's see how much they actually cost. Quite a bit. While we're at it. Resources otherwise are fairly high. We really are not in the best position to craft a bunch of neuromods, but I'll make a couple. And honestly, at this point, it would be kind of silly to make any weapons upgrade kits. Let's see. We probably don't have enough resources now to make 9mm bullets. Oops. Just way too much organic and all of that. Well, that puts us in a better position though. Is there anything more to deal with? Do you have a thought about potentially shooting this guy with the Q-beam? Can I shoot him through the window? Because if I could just blow up this guy without even having to fight him... Nope, it doesn't work. It would have been nice if that was the case, but no such luck. Alright. Just let them get their pot shots off. There is, I guess, a growing question, certainly, as far as just... Do I need to talk to the guys first? Or should we just play the game? Yeah. So we need a key card first. So we gotta go talk to the guy first. I really want to make sure you talk to him.
God, watching those things move makes me sick.
Just marking all the people if we can. So they know.
I work for a living.
What?
What is it doing? Oh my god, did it?
I think I'm gonna be sick.
It just made another one of those things, like it pulled it right out of Enoch's corpse.
Ugh, corpse, maybe. I don't know, maybe it saved him. It could still be Enoch.
Does it look like it? Sam, promise me you'll kill me if I ever end up like that.
Sarah will get us out of this. She got us this far. We're safe in here.
For now, I'm going to check the perimeter.
So, we now know that the Weavers are the ones that are making the Phantoms. And so that one Weaver, in particular, is just creating a ton of Phantoms in this area, which does point to an idea that the whole game may center around
Ekaterina,
things.
You still doing all right?
I am, Officer Rose. Thank you.
It's Al. No burns?
No, you pulled me out just in time, Al.
Well, you live dangerously, playing with fire like that.
I'll try and let you know before I do it again.
Please do. It's only polite. All right, I'll be back to check on you.
Thank you, Al.
I'm sure you could make better use of it.
So you have just like two dialogues and conversations happening at the exact same time. I got a neuromod for saving this guy.
If only I could have put out the fire. It's contained, but I could have done more. The officers collected those supplies. They're not for you.
Oh. Well, then here. Let's read this. Pause now if you want to read this. And then let's pull up our inventory. How about we drop 33 of those. And while we're at it, we'll drop that. Drop that. Like we could really just live off the 32 bullets. We could easily live off of the 32 bananas alone.
How did this all happen?
There you go. There's more supplies than you'll probably need.
Morgan? I don't know what I thought. It's good to see you. Is TranStar mounting a rescue operation?
Funny to point your gun at him.
I was in fuel storage when the fire broke out and everyone began running. But they weren't running from the fire, it was these shapes. I had contained the fire and I was trying to reach the power supply when Officer Rose, came and got me out. I'm glad he did. I didn't know what was going on or anything about those things. Everyone I worked with, they're dead, aren't they? I wonder if one of the creatures caused the explosion in fuel storage. Are they intelligent? Did they plan this? I heard all the escape pods malfunctioned. All of them. How is that possible?
She's just talking non-stop without you responding at all. You don't even have a talk prompt.
If only I had reached the power supply in time.
Pause now if you want to read this. Pause now if you want to read this. I think we'd already read that one. Pause now if you want to read this. Pause now if you want to read the rest of that. Pause now if you want to read that. Pause now if you want to read this. Pause now if you want to read the rest of that. It's just a lot of everything all over the place. They didn't really respond with me dropping food there, but whatever. Really couldn't care less if I just left a ton of resources here. Very possibly we'll come back and they'll be dead. and then we'll get it later.
Microgravity upsets my equilibrium. I need to steady myself after the slow roll of the crate. I can feel it, turning, you know? My stomach along with it. Closest I've ever come to vertigo. And claustrophobia. Must be a neuromod that could cure that.
This is definitely big.
You keeping the fort?
The what? I don't understand.
It's just a saying. It means, are you doing okay?
Oh, I am, Officer Rose. Al, thank you.
Good to hear it.
He clearly likes her.
Maybe they're looking for stable bodies, homes. They want to live inside us, like a disease.
Well, if all the safes and smugglers' caches are big like that, then almost certainly we have not seen any other smugglers' caches in the game. Which weirdly does point out that we may be way further away from finishing the game than I would have thought we would have been. Let's see. Let's come out here and just see what this is all about. I guess it's possible that they would have pulled you up instead of you killing all the phantoms. And I definitely believe there's a scenario where you would struggle.
Katerina, it's been so long since I've seen you.
Yes, it feels like years.
I'll take that
this
as a
guy's
compliment.
gonna end up dead almost certainly. It's kind of just obvious. Let's read. Listen to his transcribe. We're spying on living people now.
Chief, Rose here. I've covered Bay 1. Nothing. How solid is your source?
Solid. Sweep the area again. Word is the smuggler is moving the contraband out during the next cycle.
Maybe if you got me one of those fancy helmets from Psychotronics, that'll speed things up.
Not funny.
Sorry.
Sweep the area again and report back. Elazar out.
So it seems like the smuggler is probably in a crate somewhere around here. This really feels like this would have been...
Dr. Igwe is lucky to be here or not. Might have been safer in his crate.
Them. Is that what they want?
That thing.
Far too
It was
many
like it was
people...
sewing Enoch into one of their silhouettes.
Far too many people, like, all in one place, all having something to say, when the rest of the game has just not been like that at all. It feels like kind of a small area, and this is the cargo bay, which means we've got to work our way up to life support in the power plant, I guess, since we came in through the exterior. We may also go through the guts at some point, too. So maybe there is going to just be a whole second selection of people, just another second collection of people in the bridge. What would be really annoying, I guess pause now if you want to read this, pause now if you want to read the rest of that, is if it turned out that there's just a totally different way to play this game, and if you run to a different area you would save more people. There's a fairly old game that they re-released called Double Switch. That's a live action game, and the goal of that is to save as many people. It's like the game Night Trap. I guess Night Trap would have been a better example just to use, in which you're trying to save as many teenage girls being attacked by invaders to their house in Night Trap. That is a concept that's not done very often these days, and certainly not done as your main gameplay goal.
Diagnosing bruising, abrasions, fatigue. Nothing else. I'll have you feeling better soon. All done. Don't forget to complete a patient questionnaire. Your feedback will be invaluable.
I would be kind of upset if it turned out that there was a way to save a lot more people and I somehow managed to kill a lot of people. It wouldn't be in line with the stats either, because it says humans killed 2 still. Let's see. Doesn't look like there's anything there. Let's just investigate some things. Download the area map.
If you find a way out of here...
This is just going to show us where to go. Yeah, and we know that there's basically just a couple of
Dr. Igwe with you. Maybe he can be of some help elsewhere.
Yeah, there's her talking to me.
Dr. Igwe. Figures he'd survive. Dumb luck, I suppose.
Let's go to the objective here. We know this guy's in the power plant. We're looking for... Let's see. More drop points probably in other places. Let's see. Quentin Purvis 3232 is the cargo bay thing to investigate. It's not what we're looking for though. We're looking for Grant Lockwood. So in the cargo bay, here's Grant Lockwood. We can mark him, and arguably we should go out into space and try and find him now before we even do anything else, but I think that would be kind of boring. Just a lot of resources. Fancy facility. Kevin Haig. Let's listen to that one. I don't know if I would still get the prompts to play the summon nightmare or dismiss nightmare.
Are you there, Chief? Yes.
I could probably fight a nightmare now, but I don't want
to.
to.
You about the most recent VIP visit, Leitner, the pianist.
Chief, if there were any problems, I checked the schedule, the roster. I did my best to make sure Igwe wasn't too...
Only way in was through the door to
Chief, I even had Leitner's cigarettes waiting.
Those creatures
you did an excellent job.
Couldn't
in
escape
fact, Leitner praised you specifically. There'll be a bonus for you in your next pay cycle.
It's yours if you can
Take Nicole out for a nice dinner,
we should have had when assigned.
Yes, Chief.
The eradicated turret fabrication plan. Wait, you have the fabrication plan already. My men told me power's been restored to the fabricator. That was you, wasn't it?
So
I
started this conversation.
Doctor, let's get the EATs built, deployed, and then we'll see how fast those bastards can shapeshift into corpses. We're not going anywhere, but that doesn't mean we don't have places to be. We need those turrets.
So...
Alex must have had a good reason for shutting down the elevators. He may be trying to quarantine the station.
Pause now if you want to read this. So, even in this experience, you see how poorly paced this is, really, in that you're...
Remember, it's the eradicator fabrication plan we want, not the reployer plan. Whatever the hell a reployer is.
Yeah. It looks like we're basically on the dark side of the moon. It's just poorly implemented. you would have really expected that you would have come and talked to this lady.
No turrets, no code. It's for our safety and yours.
Psionics. It's all true, isn't it? What these aliens can do, what we can do. To think it was considered chicanery, flim-flam, pseudoscience, made me quite a target for mockery.
You run into
But
a
your
weird
brother,
position here.
Your brother, he believed. And so did you. At least, you did before your self-experiment in the sim lab.
Like, you have a decent face here. He's got a lot of, like, white marks on his face. You've got a decent face here. None of these look
Those
great.
things will eventually find a way in here if we don't take the fight to them.
But then why is Daniel's shoe not, why was her face not shown? Just because that's how they wanted to depict, I guess, people in the helmets.
There must be a way to get some turrets online.
So they want turrets. I think I've got turrets fine.
Material inconclusive. Calibration request.
Let's see. They want... Where is it? You'd think it would be up here. As far as a plan. Portable turret. Should need more metal. Let's go ahead and transfer that. And transfer that. I assume these are the Eradicator, like, turret that we need to make. Open cargo bay to... We don't have any other, like, secondary missions. So... So, where does she want this turret to be?
These TranStar PPN-8 pistols are mostly for show. They don't do much against the attackers. With the Eradicator turrets, you have a chance.
Come on, deploy. Fortify. I could just hack the door. There. Deploy that. Landing zone of the cargo bay. That's where they want it. Okay. Insufficient time and material found. So, I really didn't need to fabricate any of the turrets so much as I really should have just had several brought to this position. Although it'd be kind of hard to pull that off.
I can help you.
Officer Mouse, right.
Fortified. Okay.
Hopefully that medical operator's ready to go.
Safety off.
We're gonna need it after
Austin's
this.
on.
If this is how I'm going out, this is how I'm going out.
I've got plenty of shotgun shells. everybody is just ready to fight. Everybody's ready to shoot. Seems like
EATs are online and primed. Can't wait until our friends get a taste of these. Here's the code for Cargo Bay B.
okay. She came down.
Hello, are you here for an appointment?
Okay. That being said, I can't come in here and take them on, so let's make a hard save. And I hate to tease, so I'm gonna actually just do this now. A better YouTuber might tease this for the next episode.
Didn't realize how much I'd missed combat. And how much I didn't.
I just kept running.
Well, that's some fine shooting, if I do say so myself.
So, multiple phantoms, all kind of in the exact same place there, so that created a easy situation where either the turrets or my shotgun killed them. I'm not really sure how much actually was the turrets, honestly. There's Enoch. Killed. The thing I'm not testing or trying out here, or even thinking about, is using the Mind Jack ability, which I haven't used at all, to see if I could have freed
Sorry, Dr.
people.
Berger. The system shut down. Some kind of failsafe trigger? We're working on it.
That parcel is extremely sensitive. I need it in psychotronics right away.
I have a crew investigating the point of failure on our side as we speak. ETA is probably a few hours.
A few hours? Isn't there anything else you can do?
No. But since you have some time, you could call Mr. Yu and ask him for permission to reboot the entire space station. That would fix the problem immediately.
That would be ridiculous.
Well, since being ridiculous is off the table, I'm afraid you're just gonna have to wait.
Maybe I'll check into it myself. I've trained for microgravity.
Knock yourself out.
Alright, so we'll just figure out. Go ahead and open that door. I kind of suspect that there's not too many other things here. I might open some doors and I might find a mimic in a container. But nothing back here. Let's just go ahead and hack this. Easy enough hack. Anti-rad fabrication plan. We're looking for container 3232. We also need to probably engage with a lot more verticality. We very possibly have the end of needing to get any more weapon upgrades, which may mean we'll just sit on weapon upgrades until we're certain that we're nearer to the end of the game, and then that we're not going to receive some other gun. It's totally possible that there is another gun. Nothing's really stopping that from being the case because of the spiral weapon selection wheel. Suit repair kits are not enough of anything. It's nice that these are open once you've searched them, but I would say, oh man, take the long way, I guess. Once we can get over to that. And that's an example of a puzzle that makes sense when you are at level 1 and absolutely stops making sense at level 2 or level 3 when you'd have to go backwards through that whole path. Let's see. Okay. Does look to me like there's just one over here. Yeah, my resources are going to be fairly high now until we run out of it again. I guess these are similar to the types of doors that we've been seeing. Where's 3232 though? Gonna have to make a visual confirmation on crate 3232 and see if it is here. In this room, might be. It's actually in a different room. I opened the crate labeled 3232. You can see a Weaver is out there. But I don't see it. Interesting. People sneaking off to play chess and drink alcohol. None of it seems to really matter though. Like the themes that some workers are going to be bad workers, lazy workers, or sneak off to play chess with each other on a space station just makes them all feel somewhat human. Like it doesn't make them feel like they're bad people in any way, or that there's some kind of rebuttal or condemnation happening. Let's look at the map. Alright, well, three two must be in here, and maybe we'll have a bit more of a challenge when we get through there, because we've been everywhere through here. It kind of seems like it would be smarter to say, like, lock this. Let's see if that would actually shut the door.
Checking for updates. Servers offline.
Free.
Target error. Insufficient time and material found. Standing down.
Hello. Good to see you again, Dr. Yu.
We made it. Maybe now we can take back the rest of Talos.
See, I don't
Now that
even
we are
know.
secure here, we can hold out indefinitely. If you send other survivors here, I will protect them.
So I guess we can find other survivors and bring them
Not
this
going
way.
to lie, that felt good. Haven't seen that much action since the Middle East evacuation.
Guess that's what we were supposed to do. I
Always
probably
thought something was bound to go wrong, but I couldn't even have imagined this.
Throw me out of an airlock, burn me, but don't let them make me into one of them.
So now you can see how they're kind of janky.
Area secure. No
just
movement.
like walking around. Just kind of rambling around.
I thought we were dead for sure.
I need a cigarette.
Can't do anything there. Is there something I missed over here? Nope. It would be kind of funny if the game eventually did let you do something with these reployers. But
More where that came from.
you can't recycle them or anything. You can't deploy them.
Ha! Yeah, one for the home team.
We've got plenty of bullets. Get rid of extra guns. We'll get rid of EMP charges too. And extra bolts. And extra wrenches. Now I just want to be a little certain here that if we look at the station map, yeah, we're almost certainly going to the exterior, or we're going to have the opportunity to go to the exterior later. So we won't deal with any of that at the moment. I don't think there's a crate 3232 around here. I don't think there's any crates around here. Right. Yep, a lot of faces here.
All clear.
Wandering around. So I wonder what it would have been like had you...
We did a check of all Igwe's equipment. All genuine, no organic matter. He's clean.
Yeah, I wonder what it would have been like if it really would have changed the game much if you'd found this area quicker. And yeah, I guess you just can't even heal or repair these. Either that or I don't have...
Inconclusive. Logging calibration request.
It's either that or I don't have enough spare parts. Alright, well, we've gone way too long. The grind on this game's still fairly heavy. We've got 2 whole stacks of shotguns, suit repair kits. It'll be a little wasteful. We do have neuromods though at this point. And does feel like that extra safety of increasing your health is probably valuable. Like stealth, not so much. Stamina, increase your overall movement speed, maybe not. But what if we were to do this and this? That would be 9. Then we could jump really high. Let's see what that does for us. And then that leaves us at 4. Let's see. We're not even really using med kits. So, yeah. It's very possible we still, by the time we're done, could have this all the engineer field unlocked, but I think that's about it. So I think toughness is probably our next focus, unless all of a sudden there was some reason we wanted to do more of these things. But I have yet to use Mind Jack at all. We've got all these side objectives that aren't really synergizing into one big story. And yeah, we are mainly still just moving through the main story, which isn't much of anything. Yeah, in a lot of ways this game is just too much. It's too much in this menu and not enough just running and gunning sequences. I would gladly get rid of pretty much all the notes in the entire game in favor of having a few more interactions. Get rid of the idea of passwords on computers and just have it be key codes always. That would make a lot of sense. You can see there's double the number of key codes we found in passwords, so that would have worked. And then even at that, the fact that there are key codes and key cards doesn't really make a lot of sense. It should probably just always be key cards and hacking. We have more plans than I thought I'd ever get. Research wise, we're still trying to scan the nightmare once and the thermal phantom. I imagine the nightmare can't by default show up in this area. If he did, he probably would kill everybody very easily. Everything else, however, has been scanned, and I'm not really expecting to see any other enemies. We've got ridiculous stats, but still a lot of things having only been done once or twice overall in the entire game. Let's see, we were going to upgrade this gun. Let's see, we probably don't have quite enough to upgrade it all the way. We could have upgraded the glue cannon all the way, but we have upgraded all the kind of important weapons. Here's one that we could turn into a spare part, and I will just do that for just to increase our amount of spare parts. Still not really sure what the booster shots are about. Still not really sure if I'm going to make that decision to blow up the space station, or whether I'm going to make a decision that's different than blowing up the space station. And overall, every 2 hour and 30 minute experience of this game seems like it's barely 5 minutes of actual progress. Certainly it is a case that I have just played far too many games where you wander around picking up stuff. Skyrim was certainly the game that established that idea where they're going to create a giant open world environment with tons of items that you can pick up and carry. And particularly in Skyrim, a lot of the items aren't even that useful because there isn't a recycler, there's only shopkeepers, and they have a limited amount of money as far as what they can buy. Which even that system, back when Skyrim came out, helped make Skyrim a better game. Whereas this game has no balance at all. Nothing telling the player that they shouldn't search every single drawer for every single piece of garbage to then recycle. Really, there should just be half as much garbage in the entire game and half as many things to search. It would be very easy to have half as many crates with 2 to 3 times as many items, and that balance would balance things out quite a bit. It would probably just speed up the game if they don't add any more encounters with the mimics, but that is fine. Because if this is a game that's built around the idea of playing it 2 or 3 times, it should be a faster experience, even in the first playthrough. But it isn't. It's just dragging on, telling multiple parallel stories, confusing the narrative quite a bit, making it very difficult to pay attention and follow the story, and making it very difficult to just stay in a good flow of moving forward and getting to the next dialogue and the next cutscene. But yeah, I will leave it at that. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wish list. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.